Okay. Second type reactions, decomposition reactions. So you know already, one reactant molecule or a reactant substance decomposes to form two or more products. Such type of reactions are called decomposition reactions. So one activity was given on your screen. Take 2 grams of ferrous sulfate crystals in a boiling tube and observe the color of ferrous sulfate crystals, and heat the boiling tube over the flame. And what do you observe? You identify it, right? So the color of ferrous sulfate crystals are green. Okay, green in color. When you boil the tube, it forms. So ferrous sulfate is generally the actual formula of ferrous sulfate is FeSO4 7H2O. So 7 water molecules are present. So whenever we heat the ferrous sulfate crystals, whenever we heat the ferrous sulfate crystals, all the water molecules are evaporated. Okay, so the green color of ferrous sulfate crystals changes into ferrous sulfate crystals decomposes into ferric oxide, and also forms sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So if you observe the equation, FeSO4 gives rise to Fe2O3 and sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. So on heating, ferrous sulfate crystals lose water and forms ferric oxide, Fe2O3. Next, second example, decomposition of calcium carbonate to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So this is also a familiar example for decomposition reaction. CaCO3 gives rise to CaO plus CO2. Next, third activity, take 2 grams of lead nitrate powder in a boiling tube. Hold the boiling tube with a pair of tongs. Heat it over a flame. What do you observe? So brown color fumes of nitrogen dioxide are formed or observed in this reaction. So when you heat lead nitrate solution, what is formed? Brown color brown color fumes of nitrogen dioxide is formed. So if you see the reaction, lead nitrate, only one reacting substance. Okay, it is heating, we get two or more products. Okay, so lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide, oxygen. So one single reacting substance gives two or more products. Such type of reactions are called decomposition reactions. This is very important reaction. One more example, decomposition of water. So we done this reaction through one activity. Take a mug, take a small mug, and drill two holes at its bottom. Okay, and insert two rubber corks into the holes, and put two carbon electrodes into the rubber corks. Take two uh, test tubes filled with water, and arrange invertedly over carbon electrodes. These carbon electrodes are connected to high voltage source. Okay, so when you pass electric current through the battery, what will happen? Electrolysis taken place. Okay, so electrolysis taken place, and hydrogen and oxygen gases are released. So water molecules completely decomposes, and hydrogen and oxygen gases are released. So in this equation, in this activity, you can observe a formation of bubbles at both electrodes. So these bubbles displace water in the test tubes. So the height of water in the test tubes are differ, and in which test tube oxygen gas is produced, or in which test tube hydrogen gas is produced, we can observe with the flame. So if you brought burning matchstick on any test tube, so it will put off with the pop sound, that is hydrogen gas. Or the burning matchstick burns with the brightest light, that is oxygen gas. So in general, the test tube displaces more amount of water is hydrogen, and the test tube displaces less amount of water is oxygen gas, because H2O is the formula of water. So two hydrogen atoms are present, only one oxygen atom is present, so the volume of hydrogen released in the reaction is very high. That is a familiar example of, one more example of decomposition reaction. So one more example they given. Take silver chloride in a China dish, and place it under sunlight. Okay, what do you observe? They are asking. Generally silver chloride is silvery white in color. So when you put under sunlight, so it decomposes into silver and chlorine, so it turns into gray color. Okay, so the silver chloride whitish silver chloride turns into gray color. So based on the energy provided to decompose the chemical substance, these decomposition reactions are of various types. If you provide heat to decompose the chemical substance, so that decomposition reaction is called thermal decomposition reaction. For example, already we discussed previously. Wait, here you take lead nitrate. So lead nitrate decomposes on burning. Okay, so we provide heat, so it is a familiar example for thermal decomposition reaction. So electrolysis of water, here the energy source is electricity, electrical decomposition. So this is a familiar example for electrical decomposition. So come to this reaction. So here decomposition takes place under the sunlight, so it is a photochemical decomposition reaction. So based on the energy provision, decomposition reactions are of several types. So we can also do it with the silver bromide also. This reaction is generally used in white and black photography. So silver bromide decomposes into silver and bromine. So the films, the camera films are generally coated with the silver bromide coating. Whenever sunlight falls on it, photochemical decomposition takes place. It divides into silver and bromine ions. Okay, so silver and bromine. This is about decomposition reaction. Next, displacement reactions. So this is very simple. So we already discussed displacement reaction is nothing but the element high highly reactive element displaces the another element present in another compound. That is the main theme of displacement reaction. So we explain this reaction through one activity. Take copper sulfate solution in a test tube and add pure silvery white colored iron nails into the solution. Dip silvery white colored iron nails into the solution. So keep the solution as it is for some time, and observe what was happened. So copper sulfate solution generally bluish in color, so it is blue color solution. So here after some time a reddish brown color coating is formed on the white silvery white iron nails, because iron is more reactive metal than copper. So iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. So displacement reaction takes place. So white colored iron nails becomes reddish brown color like this. So this white iron nail will become reddish brown color, and the blue color copper sulfate solution will be faded out into green color, light greenish color. So this is the reaction. So iron plus copper sulfate gives rise to iron sulfate plus copper. So the bluish color disappear and becomes brownish color. Iron nail becomes reddish brown color. So next, metal simply low reactive metal simply displaced. So one more example, when zinc reacts with copper sulfate, so zinc sulfate copper is formed. So zinc is more reactive than copper, so simply it displaces copper from copper sulfate. So like this, lead reacts with copper chloride. Okay, so lead chloride is formed along with copper, so copper is separates out. Okay, so these are all displacement reactions. Double displacement reactions, so we already discussed exchange of ions takes place. In these reactions, exchange of ions takes place. So when two compounds react one with other, so they exchange their ions. For example, sodium sulfate when reacts with barium chloride gives rise to barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So here the ions are exchanged. Okay, so here barium sulfate precipitate is formed, okay, which is insoluble precipitate is formed. Any reaction that produces a precipitate can be called as a precipitation reactions. Okay, in any reaction insoluble solid substance is formed, such type of reactions are called precipitation reactions. Okay, so double displacement reactions mostly forms precipitation. Okay, precipitate. This is about double displacement reaction. Sorry. Next, so here in this reaction the white precipitate of barium sulfate is formed by the reaction of sulfate ions and barium ions, exchange of sulfate and barium. Okay, so by the reaction of barium and sulfate, the other product formed is sodium chloride. Okay, so this is a double displacement reaction. So this double displacement reaction is a endothermic reaction. So here absorption of heat takes place. Okay, that's it. Nothing there. Nothing. Right. Oxidation and reduction. So these are also very important reactions. Oxidation reactions, reduction reactions. So what is oxidation? First we should know the addition of oxygen atoms or removal of hydrogen atoms or addition of sorry, the addition of oxygen atoms or removal of hydrogen atoms or removal of electrons is called oxidation. What is reduction? The addition of hydrogen atoms or removal of oxygen atoms or addition of electrons is called reduction. So first oxidation. So to understand this we do some one activity. Take few grams of copper on a china dish and heat it in the presence of oxygen. Okay, we took copper powder and heat it in the presence of oxygen. Okay, what is formed? Copper oxide is formed. So copper is a reddish brown color substance. After heating copper, after heating it becomes, it forms black color copper oxide. Okay, black color copper oxide. This is a familiar example for oxidation. So here we are adding oxygen atoms. We are adding oxygen atoms. So it is a oxidation reaction. The reverse process. After formation of copper oxide, we pass hydrogen gas over this heated material. The black coating on the surface turns again into brown. Okay, the reverse reaction takes place and copper is obtained. So the color was changed as reddish brown. Okay, Cu plus O2 gives rise to CuO. Okay, when CuO reacts with hydrogen, copper oxide reacts with hydrogen, gives copper and water. So the reverse reaction is reduction. Here addition of hydrogen atoms taken place. So this reaction is called reduction. But in this reaction both oxidation as well as reduction takes place. Such type of reactions are called redox reactions or oxidation reduction reactions. So how means, see this, CuO copper oxide changes to copper. So one more the recent studies, according to the recent studies, the increase of oxidation number in any chemical reaction, there is an increase in oxidation number, that is called oxidation. The decrease in oxidation number, that is called reduction. So here CuO copper oxide, what is the oxidation state of copper in copper oxide? +2. You know already the elements in elementary state, the oxidation state is 0. So +2 to 0 means what? +2 copper in +2 state to 0. So oxidation number is decreased. So this is a reduction reaction. So here hydrogen, it is in a molecular state. So oxidation number is 0. Okay. So again, so 0 to, so 0 to, here what is the oxidation number of hydrogen in water? -1. Okay, 0 to -1, what will happen? Sorry, +1. Sorry, very sorry. So 0 to +1, so oxidation number increases. So this is oxidation reaction. So such type of reactions are called oxidation reduction reactions. Simply you remember, addition of oxygen atoms or removal of hydrogen atoms or removal of electrons or increase of oxidation number, okay, is called oxidation. Addition of hydrogen atoms or removal of oxygen atoms or addition of electrons or decrease of oxidation number is called reduction. Some other examples also given here. ZnO plus C, zinc oxide reacts with carbon, gives zinc plus carbon monoxide. So this is a redox reaction. How? You just think on it. ZnO. So in zinc oxide, Zn is having oxidation state +2. So just now I told ZnO to Zn. Okay, ZnO to Zn. Zn is a elemental form, so its oxidation state is 0. So +2 to 0, what was happened? Oxidation number decreased. Decreased or increased? 0 +1 +2. Okay, so +2 to 0 decrease. So it is a reduction. So carbon, so 0, oxidation number 0 element. So CO, what is the oxidation state of carbon here? +2, 0 to +2, oxidation state increases. So it is a oxidation, it is a oxidation. So CO. So simply you can, so here removal of oxygen takes place, ZnO to Zn is formed, removal of oxygen, so it is a reduction. So here addition of oxygen takes place, C to CO, so reduction, so oxidation. So are you understand? Right. So MnO2 plus 4HCl gives rise to MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. This is also familiar example of redox reaction. So you do it your own. Okay. So here see they given clearly, carbon is oxidized to CO, ZnO is reduced to zinc. Okay. So these are all different types of oxidation reduction reactions. So here oxidation, okay, shows enormous effects in our daily life. So oxidation is a bad chemical reaction. Okay, so what are the bad effects of oxidation? So in general, whenever most of the food substances are not preserved longer time because they easily spoiled in the oxygen atmosphere. So without oxygen, they can they can okay. So without oxygen, they won't spoil. So that's why chips packs, okay, chips packets are filled with nitrogen. So they long time they maintain their freshness. Okay, so that is the main reason. Here, first one, corrosion. What is corrosion? So if you take iron articles, you may see the new iron articles are silvery white in color. After a long time, reddish brown color layers are formed on the surface of iron articles. This is called, this is due to the reaction of moisture and oxygen present in the atmosphere. Okay, moisture and oxygen present in the atmosphere are reacted with iron and makes it corrode. Okay, this reaction is called corrosion. In the in the case of iron, or in the case of iron, it is called rusting of iron. So other metals also affected like this. So green color coatings are formed on copper. Okay, black color coatings are formed on silver due to the oxidation of these metals. So oxidation of metals is called corrosion. Next, rancidity. So have you ever tasted or smelt the fat or oil containing food materials left for a long time? Yes. So it becomes rancid. So the oil or fat presenting substances simply react with oxygen. Okay, they become rancid. So foul smell is coming from those food substances. To avoid this, okay, we add antioxidants to the food substances. This process is called rancidity. Okay, this process is called rancidity. Rancidity is also due to oxidation.